Hello, I'm Nikki Miner. I am presently attending Kennesaw State University Specialist Program, and it's in instructional technology. My capstone I chose is called Improving Communication Between Parents and Teachers Using Technology. I chose this because of the survey that was taken by our school, our parent survey that was taken by our school, where it discusses how parents prefer to be communicated with school. 66% of our students, parents, decided that they prefer to have text message communication, and 67.6% decided that they prefer to have emails. So I chose the three topics of my capstone. They were blogging, communicating through mass blind email.
I'm just going to share a quick snippet of my Remind 101. I was really looking to find some music from Prince to put on the first page, since it's formerly known as Remind 101. It's now called Remind, but I couldn't locate any music. Why should you use Remind was my second slide, and it discusses the reasons why the Remind would be helpful with the parents and teachers. And I talked about the etiquette, when you should send the messages on Remind, and make sure it has a purpose before you send it to the parents. And this is just showing a snippet of how they Google and make the pages. I displayed what my personal page for Remind looks like, because I only use it for my personal Christmas parties for my group, and I have a separate one for my classroom. Then I just showed them how to download the Remind and to create the groups, and I actually was there with them to walk through it with them.
The next training was blogging, and I taught teachers how to use blogging to communicate with their parents and to also to monitor their students' work. And it's a great global way to show what you are doing in the classroom. And the students were able to communicate through their parents, and the parents are subscribed to the blog, and the students were able to see other blogs that are connected to them or the comments that other people make to their portfolios.
I decided to share my blogging PowerPoint with you. I called it Blogging Fun. This was my second capstone training. My first slide discusses why blog. It was a connection basically to show the connection between home and school. And I discussed with the teachers that it gives the students a voice to share what they've learned or what activities they're participating with. It's an open archive for learning, and students are being able to share with other students globally their work or their assignments. It's really, I was kind of hesitant to put this on my PowerPoint, but it makes sense. It's internet safety, how it exposes them to the dangers of their internet safety, and basically they can learn through the do's and don'ts of, displaying items on the internet and how to blog safely and things they should and shouldn't do, basically. My next slide discusses the ways that you can use blogs in education. I showed them it can be a classroom management, and basically you could put your handouts on the blog or the assignments that the students are doing. It's a collaboration between the peers, and it can be between the parents and the teachers. And you can have a class discussion, and we all know that we participated in many class discussions on our blogs. I like to use it as a student portfolio. I love the way Miss Cassidy does her blog, and I'll show that to you in just a second. This slide shows different displays of blogs that they could explore. This is a kindergarten blog. This is my favorite blog. This is, of course, my personal blog from the KSU portfolio. I'm going to see if we can go to Miss Cassidy's website. She adds something new almost every day to her blog. That's why I really want to share this with all the teachers, especially the first grade teachers that I work with. And this is Miss Cassie's classroom blog. She has added something new. They actually got some new treats in their classroom. They wrote about them. I'm going to show those to you. They have motion stools in their classroom. They talked about the boxes, and she writes about everything in their classroom different. She makes it a full experience in her classrooms of, different activities. I mean, first they got the stools, and now they're creating things with their boxes. So every experience she has in her classroom, it's like she displays it on her blog. They've Skyped different classes around the globe, and she documents every unique activity they have in their classroom. And here are the global things that she's done in her classroom. I wanted to show you how she sets up each student's blog. Now, each student in her class has an individual page. And this is what I would like to do with my students. But of course it will be writing, because I think she just started this in September and they only started with a picture. But that's just an example of the blogs that I share with my coworkers. But of course Miss Cassidy's classroom is my favorite. And this is how educators should use blogs, or what blogs they should use. And I also explained about Weebly and how I've used it. Then I go on to explain to them the 4 steps to start blogging, what all they needed, and if they needed help with preparing their blog, to let me know. And here are my references and resources. And another cool one was Cool Cat.
My last training was sending mass blind emails. Some of the teachers stated that they didn't know how to do this during the surveys in 2015, and so I decided to take upon myself to train them how to send blind mass emails to the teachers, or to also the parents, to communicate as a whole with the parents. If they don't use the Remind app, they can also use mass blind emails. My training began with the staff members at our school. I offered it to everyone in the building, and only teachers came to the trainings. I think more staff members would have been able to attend if I had timed it a little bit better, because a lot of tutoring was going on at this time, and also a lot of people were actually exhausted from all the training that we've had before in the school. Concerning technology, we had Schoology, and we had how to connect Schoology to your classroom, and we were just many introduction trainings that we've been through. So I was being mindful of that. The training we had was a small group at the beginning, and we were able to do the Remind, and many teachers did a lot of dialoguing with me to say that they already presently use the Remind app in their classroom. So we were able to learn from each other and see how well we used it, how properly we used it, and new ideas that we could use with our Remind app. The second training in the blogging was a lot of fun for me. The teacher that was there, that was able to attend, she had a one-on-one with me to actually, step by step through the PowerPoint, and we were able to visit different blogs that we wouldn't have had time if it had been a full class. Visit different blogs to see the difference in different formats and the difference in what teachers want on their blogs. I showed her my favorite blog, which was Mrs. Cassidy's blog, classroom blog, and it was a very good informal blog, but it showed the work of the students actually in the format of a small portfolio. And so the blogs were really helpful to her, and she says she was really excited about starting her own classroom blog. I will definitely have mine completed in January, and I'm excited to see how my kids are going to enjoy it. Right now, they're not good at the writing process, and we're still learning the basics of technology and the techniques of signing on iPads and signing on computers. So once they get that under control, then we will go into our blogging in January. So, and after my evaluation plan is to continue to communicate with the teachers and see how they're implementing the 3 programs that I gave to them in training. I am also going to see if they need more information in any of the trainings, or if they would like to add additional learning to what I can provide. I had a couple of teachers to say they wanted more information about how to blog and where else can they go, what other blogs they can go personally to see and actually attend. So I will continue to work with them, and I'll continue to do the survey at the end of the year, so to see if they're still in use of the blogging, the Remind app, and if they need any help with the mass emails. And I will make sure they need everything to do the best in their technology communication. I believe communication with parents is very important. As the survey has shown, the parents are really eager to communicate with the teachers and the staff of the school, but they're a busy, very busy world, and that they need to a quick information on their phone or a quick email, in which a lot of people still use their phone for emails. And since everybody's so busy, I think this is the best way to communicate with them. And the blogging really is helpful when it comes to seeing the students' work and comparing it also to other students to see where they are and how they could improve what the students are doing, and also to see what's going on in the classroom. A lot of student parents also said they do not know what's going on in the classroom, so we're going to work on it. Thank you so much.